Welcome to week number 5, lecture 3 of Retail Management BUS 302. This week we are talking about our retail strategy and technology and how technology can be used to create that competitive advantage. And so as we've gone through the first 2 lecture videos, the first one we really talked about this idea of supply chain, how supply chain relates to technology, and how technology can be used to increase our return on assets, improve our profit margins, right? And then in lecture 2, we introduced this concept of a customer relationship management system, which can help us build relationships with our customers to help increase our profitability. Once again, the goal with with having a customer relationship system is to move our customers through this pyramid where they go from just kind of a lead and then up to a platinum most profitable customer. Now, as we move them through that, one of the things that we want to remember with this customer pyramid is that there is an 80-20 rule out there in the world, right? So what that 80-20 rule is, it means really that 80% of our profits are going to come from about 20% of our customers. And so when we use the pyramid, right, what we're looking at is we want to divide our customers into 4 segments and figure out how we can target them. So understanding that our platinum segment is going to be our top 25%. And then, again, we're looking at the lifetime value of customers. What kind of profits are they going to generate over their lifetime? And the example we used in the previous video, we talked about Target and how Target understands if they can capture the purchasing, get customers into the habit of coming to Target when they're pregnant for certain products, that they're going to continue to be Target customers well into the, when kids are, in high school and everything. So we can get that lifetime value up. So what we do is in order to do that, we separate again. We think about that lifetime value. So we have the top 25%, and then we have the gold segment, which the gold segment of our customers are going to come to our store and go to somebody else's store, right? And then the iron segment, so the top 25%, then we have our, from the top 25 lifetime values, and then we would go from like 26% to 50%, that 25, that would be the gold segment. And then we go from 51 to 75 would be that iron segment where, they're spending money, but they're here, there, that iron side, we call it an iron segment, but that's from 51 to 75% of our lifetime value. And then the lead segment, these are the individuals that really don't spend a lot. They don't buy much. This would be for Target stores. This is me. I go to Target maybe once a year. I definitely would not be in the top 25%, right? So as you start looking at some of that, that's how we use this pyramid. And what we want to do is implement a relationship system that will allow our store to move our customers, help us facilitate moving our customers through the lead, that bottom part, move them up through the system. Right. So the way that we do this, our goal is to retain customers through our relationship management system. We can do that better when we can personalize the experience, have that one-to-one retailer experience. And that's what our relationship management does. It allows us to build a community, helps us target our customers, and again, move them through this system, move them through that pyramid as they go more. So once again, each company does this a little differently. Upscale retailers like a Saks Fifth Avenue, they might give very personalized benefits, like a makeover or something like that. They target their best customers, right? They have those relationships and everything else. A Walmart or, your local grocery store, you might just get an email blast or might get maybe some specific mobile coupons, something like that, to your phone if you're using their app, those areas. So as we go through this, the other side is the key here again, right? We want to move our customers from that bottom of the pyramid to the top. right? So we want to make our good customers into best customers. And one of the ways that we can do that, one of the keys that we do that is the add-on selling, right? So we offer and sell, if we can offer you and sell more products to you, that makes you a better customer. So using the data that we have, once again, I mentioned in the previous lecture that Amazon does really well. Amazon.com does really well saying, hey, people who bought these products also bought these products, right? So they're recommending other products to get you to move from that good customer into the better customer, right? That's a key area of converting you and moving you through the value thing. Now, when we have unprofitable customers, I also mentioned this in the previous lecture, right? We have customers that buy items, they say, I don't like it, and they turn around and sell it, return it, everything else. So, catalog, if you're going to be buying things online, right? If you're going to be taking a lot of returned items as a catalog retailer, that's going to cost you money. So this is where companies may flag a certain customer and say, you know what, you have really weird return patterns. We don't want to do business with you. Or, right. So the ways to get that out, we try and find ways to deal with those problem customers, and everything else. So this is one of those things that the relationship management system can tell us is, hey, this guy or this girl, this person, this individual is not a very profitable customer. And we may, I hate to say more difficult, but we know how to work with them. We might work with them a little differently or have them go through a different path, right? So this gives us an option to do that with. Now, again, if we want to move them and help people make more profitable, move our customers to be more profitable, we could offer more personalized service. Now, when we start talking about personalized services, these are going to be tailored to a specific individual, which means we're not having not everybody's going to have a consistent experience, but that's okay. Some people may want a higher touch. They may want more stuff. They may need more, hand holding, those kind of things. Other people may not. So when we start looking on this, personalized service is going to be less consistent, and and it's going to really depend on the service provider, the individual that's going to be doing that, providing the service, on deciding how much support each customer needs. So this can be more costly and everything else to do. You may want to use more computer software system to manage those relationships. But again, that's a higher investment in those areas. Or you could go with as you implement these customer relationship management programs, you could use a standardized service where everybody, the goal is everybody wants high quality service. Okay. We want really good communication, right? The only thing is it's impersonal in some ways, because they don't know you specifically. But everybody receives the same experience, right? So speed, reliability, and everything else. So a lot of companies do standardized service. It's harder to do the personalized concierge type thing. So, as you're implementing your relationship management system, you have to decide what you want, right? Do you want to do highly personalized or highly standardized? And that experience will help you decide some of the other things and drive your costs. So these are things that you need to decide when you're making and implementing your relationship management system. Now, part of this whole process then on designing the systems, you do need to figure out, okay, well, what in the world, how do my customers see me? How do our customers view our service now? So this is some of the data that you're going to need to collect and find out, okay, what do our customers think about us? Because that will also help you shape your relationship management service. If you understand what your customers feel about you, then you can tailor and design your program to help correct or help improve certain things. So perceived service is generally based on reliability, the assurance, tangibility, how tangible are things, empathy. Do these people understand me? How responsive are they? Those kind of things, right? So as we go through and evaluate the service, these are really important things to think about as you go through. Also, as customers evaluate service, they will base their evaluation of your service on their expectations, right? So whatever they expect you to do, and they will, so if a customer has this expectation of what you should do and you're not doing it, you're not going to get a good evaluation, right? So this is where understanding, again, even what your customers expect is going to be important, right? So this is some of those things, right? So based on customers, the evaluation of service quality. So when we start talking about retailers that are highly segmented, they do not do omni-channel. They only do like single store type things. They're not viewed as favorably because if we go to another store, you don't know us. You don't know me because we don't have that relationship. So basically, customers today, we expect you to know who we are, wherever we are. And so having this relationship management system throughout your company is really important. Now, I will highlight that there are exceptions to this, because what I'm doing is talking in general terms, right? So some evaluations of service. Here's the example, right? If you go to a jewelry store, a lot of customers expect you to replace watch batteries for free, right? So if you have a watch, you're going to, I buy a watch battery there and you'll replace it for free. This is one of those things that historically people have expected. Not so much anymore, right? Because my mother-in-law has this mindset, and she told me recently that she went to, and my mother-in-law lives with my wife and I. So she was telling me that she went to this jewelry store, and she's like, they wouldn't even change my watch battery. And I'm thinking, oh, I hadn't even thought about that. But then again, how many people have regular watches today? Most people either have a smartwatch or a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, right? So it kind of makes sense that jewelry stores no longer are replacing batteries. And then so she told me, she said, but this one on Main Street, I went in there and they did it for me. So, she has this expectation, but maybe our expectations need to change because of the technology and things that we have today. So this is one of those things that understanding what our customers expect and how they're going to evaluate us, that's going to be really an important part of designing our relationship management program and other things. So that brings us to the end of our lecture 3 video and talking about implementing our relationship management system and understanding how customers will evaluate our service. And so we will finish up our week 5 lectures and the next lecture video, which is lecture video number 4.